again, everyone. Welcome back to Mindset Motivated with Zack and Robert, the podcast where we talk about all things mindset and motivation. And in this episode, we're going to be talking specifically about motivation. And we're going to be talking about, I'm just reading off my phone here to make sure I get this right, that motivation just isn't enough.
Motivation isn't enough.
Yeah. You need determination, perseverance, dedication, and commitment. Do I have that right, Mr.
That's
George?
correct. You know what? Success is a recipe with more than one ingredient. I mean, motivation is great because let's look at New Year's, right? New Year's. Oh, I love New Year's, man. New Year's is great because it's a new beginning where we can set these goals and there's nothing holding us back. January 1st, I get motivated. I say, you know what? I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to save money, whatever it is. And I start off with this great motivation, right? And then what happens?
It fades off.
About 3 weeks in, it fades. That's because motivation is not the only ingredient to the recipe that
I love recipes.
We're
making a cookbook here.
We are making a gourmet dish of success with layers.
This is your
success.
Motivation Heisenberg.
Okay. So motivation is great as the first ingredient. Motivation is like the catalyst, right?
Yep.
It causes this reaction in us, okay? So this will get you going. This will help you pick your goal. This will help you pick up the phone. This will help you get to your first couple weeks.
Right.
Okay? Everybody burns out. Everybody burns out. It's impossible to hold a thought and just survive off just the motivation that you had, in January. Shit hits a fan. Things go wrong. Car breaks down. It gets cold. Okay, let's talk about January. Winter hits. Ice hits. Bad foods. Bills come in. Blah, 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 blah. Now my motivation that I had for my goal is now motivating me to keep the heat on. It's now motivating me to get to work. It's now motivating me to cook dinner for my kid. Now all of a sudden, all these other things crept into my life. My motivation has now had to be spread out.
Yeah.
Right? So if I take that motivation and I keep a singleness of purpose and I use it to create an effective habit. So the motivation gives you enough to get developing that habit.
Yeah.
Then once the habit hits, you don't have to be motivated anymore because you have a habit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then your dedication. Now you have to emotionally connect with what your goal is. It has to make your heart race. It has to get your thoughts in. It has to excite you. If it doesn't excite you, there's no way that you can continue on with your goal. I mean, just having more money is not an exciting goal. I mean, maybe it is, but what are you going to do with that money? Why do you want more money? What is it all coming to? Do you just want a big number on your account, or do you want to have freedom and liberty and all those things, right? So then my determination, my perseverance. Now, determination comes in when shit hits a fan and things start to get difficult and you know what? People aren't doing what you wanted them to do when you wanted them to do it and things get... So this is our perseverance where we have to keep pushing through. And dedication will get you off the mat once you've been knocked down, right? If I'm dedicated to it, you know what I mean? That means no matter what, I've said I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it. I have a dedication. I have a purpose and hell or high water, wife, no wife. I'm dedicated to this. Yeah. Right. And then the last is commitment. And I always tell the kids I train, commitment means a promise. It's a promise that you're making. If I commit, it's a promise that I won't break. So when commitment, you need to tell a lot of people about your commitment, because if I commit to eating well, right? I'm going to eat better this week, guys. I'm going to eat better, but I don't tell anybody. I say this to myself. Zack, you're going to eat better, man. Okay. So I start off, Zack's eating his shake in the morning, right? I'm drinking lots of water. And then all of a sudden, something happens. I get swamped with work. I miss lunch, right? And then,
story of my life.
Yeah. Something else happens and, I get caught. And then, if I don't have that commitment or that promise, when things hit the fan and I haven't told anybody about it, now I can rationalize anything in my head. I don't know about you, but I can make myself validate anything.
Yeah.
I could do anything. I could go spend every cent in my account and I could validate it, right? If I haven't told people about my commitment to, for instance, move my business ahead or save money or whatever, right? Or eat better. So now I've told my mom, my girlfriend, my buddies, my people at work, yeah, man, I'm eating better, right? I made a commitment. I'm going to eat better. Do you think I'm going to pull up with a bag of Wendy's in front of you guys and eat it in front of you? Hell no, I can't, because I've made that commitment.
Yep. It's important as a leader to be able to understand the underpinnings of motivation, because you can listen to motivational speakers, you can watch their Netflix programs, all that sort of stuff. But you know what gets me hotter than a $2 pawn shop pistol? Effort and consistency.
That's right. And you know what? The best thing that I can recommend is use motivation. When you lose it, because you'll get punched in the face and kicked in the nuts and thrown down, and you'll be told that you can't do it. And each time you get hit, that's going to take from your motivation. And when you're all ready to give up, then look to us. Look to the Mindset Motivated, because this is where you're going to find that it's more than motivation. Now, you ready to give up? Where's your perseverance? Where's your devotion? Where's your commitment? Huh? Where is it, right? It can't all come from motivation. You need a deeper
substance. It's
That's
substance.
Right, baby. You know what? And do you have grit? Motivation is fine, but do you have grit? Do you get your teeth knocked out, spit them out, and smile at the guy and say, you know what? I'm here for the big prize.
Yeah.
And this is what makes it all worthwhile, is that perseverance, baby. There's no good story that's ever told where a guy freaking breezed through everything, just got motivated and accomplished everything, and nobody ever got in his way.
Yeah.
Nah, man. The story is when, you get hit with that left hook in the liver and you feel your ribs break, and you stand straight up and you feel them click back in, you fire right back. And then the self-doubt hits and you say, I want to quit. I want to give up. And, things are going rough. And you know what? You say, no, baby, no, I'm not going to do it. That's the grit. That's a fire. That's a real
grit
story.
And moxie. That's you remember when we were in high school, you and I, we had a motivational speaker come. I don't remember his name or anything like that, but what I remember him talking about is how he had impaled a pitchfork into somebody.
Yeah. Rick King. Yeah.
Was that it?
I later on met Rick King. He's now a good friend of mine.
Really?
Yeah. And I've heard his story many times. Yeah. Actually, he's still around. He's quite the guy, man.
I remember his talk being so motivational to everyone that listened. They left with their jaws dropped and they were in awe.
He was traumatized.
That's right.
He did. He traumatized. It was great though. It was exactly.
But the school was just motivated until the end of the school day, or maybe for some people to the end of the day. Mm-hmm. When they woke up, they weren't there anymore. And I think it's because exactly what you were saying. They were motivated, but they didn't have any substance behind that motivation, like action steps.
Much action too, right?
Much action, like one of our other episodes.
It's harder to quit when you're so invested into your commitment and your motivation. Then it becomes much harder to surrender. The longer the battle is fought, the harder it is to surrender, the more you put into it. So when you get motivated, go all in. We call it the pink cloud. Yo, ride that wave. I tell everybody, you get motivated, ride that wave. Set the habit.
What you call it, the pink cloud?
The pink cloud, man. I get you see me all the time. I'm on so I usually float on a pink cloud, especially when I'm talking about this stuff. I just get high off it. You know what I mean? Like, cause it gives you so much mental power and strength and grit.
I want to dig into what this concept of a pink cloud is. I've never heard it before. We're running short on time, but hopefully you could explain that.
Pink cloud is a euphoria when you've selected something that motivates you so much and you start taking actions towards doing it, and you start to see results and you go on this bliss. And I ride this wave. When I get motivated, like New Year's, I go on this pink cloud, like I get a fresh start, I get an opportunity.
Yeah, baby.
Oh man, it's a sexy feeling, man. I'm telling you. I love it. All
right, we got to wrap this up. You guys heard the bell, all right? So that's this episode of Mindset Motivated with Zack and Robert. If you got any questions, let us know. If you've got any ideas, throw them past us. And until next time, my friends, stay frosty.
And stay hungry.